What's going on, guys? Drone worship back in your face, and I've noticed that this is a big question people have been asking me lately is, can the Hubsan X4 H501S, can this go between buildings and behind buildings and stuff like that? My answer to you is no, it cannot. And the reason why is because it actually has a patch antenna. Okay, and a patch antenna is only good basically if you're aiming it at the quad in a straight line, basically constantly to whatever the basically the compass variation of the quad is, north, south, east, west. Wherever the quad is, you kind of want to just follow it with the controller. The issue that people run into is that they get behind a building and the 2.4 gigahertz stays intact and the FPV drops off, and then they're like, oh my god, what do I do? How do I retrieve the quad now? I don't know if I'm going to hit something, I don't know where it's at, I have no FPV, but I still have complete signal. The issue with hitting RTH or return to home function at that point is that it's going to only fly up so far, and if you're still behind a building, it's going to attempt to come back to the controller and collide with the building. So do I advise that people fly the Hubsan behind buildings and stuff? No. Now trees and simple stuff, you may get a little breakup going in between trees, but can this go behind a building? No. No, it cannot go behind a building. And I don't mean to be a pest, guys. I'm not trying to be like, oh, well, you know, Hubsan this and Hubsan that, and it's a wonderful product. I try to break down my reviews to the best of my abilities, okay? And you guys know that. If you've been watching my channel for a while, I really try to talk about this stuff to the best of my ability and things that I've come up with. Now, I will tell you with a high gain antenna, you may have better luck going behind small buildings or objects. However, I still have to say, if you take your hand when you're flying, just put it in front of the patch antenna and see what happens. Most of the time you'll get massive breakup, you won't be able to see what's going on. So you can pretty much guarantee if you're going to fly behind a building, it's probably not going to sustain FPV. Okay, you will not be able to see what's happening on the screen. However, the 2.4 gigahertz is much more powerful, so it'll probably stay connected, and you'll just have to go walk around the building if it's in GPS hold and just till you get FPV signal again. Or if you know there's nothing on the other side of the building, go ahead and give it some throttle, get above the building, and I guarantee the moment it clears the top of the building, it'll most likely start receiving FPV. 5.8 live feed again. So that's my warning to you guys. If you're buying this to fly in between buildings and you think it's got that kind of capability like a GoPro or a Mavic or something like that, it does not. It is a patch antenna quad. It's very good for open fields, high altitude, stuff like that. It's not really designed for going between buildings, and it doesn't have that kind of transmitting power. So even with the high gain antenna, guys, you still want to have a nice big open area to fly this thing. So anyways, guys, that's drone worship. I wanted to cover that because I had a lot of people asking questions about that. And I also had some other people asking about, have I done the firmware update to this yet? No, I have not. I can't figure out if I want to upgrade or downgrade. It's got 1.1.17, and I'm not sure if I want to change that or just stay where I'm at. I may, however, change the controller firmware. I may downgrade it to like 4.2.8 so I can get longer range flights out of it, because unfortunately this one has the restriction bands on it. It came with 4.2.14, and 4.2.13 also came with the height and distance restrictions. So I have not done it yet. I haven't decided it's been necessary. I guess when the time comes, then I'll have to, you know, figure that out. But for right now, guys, I'm content with what I'm getting out of it. And you know, I guess I don't really see the extremeness of needing to go that far. You know, I get about 200 meters out of it right now with stock antennas mounted on the outside. And I know a lot of people are like, well, it's not very good. No, I agree. However, if you're a hobbyist or an enthusiast, 400 feet is hobby range in the United States. You can't go past it. And you're not supposed to go further than you can see the quad. So you're already breaking the law if you're trying to do anything beyond that. Now, I'm not saying there wouldn't be a time and a place where I could do something like that, like on private property. Yeah, I may only go up 400 feet, but you know, what's to say I can't take it out on my own property and go as far as I want to. Now, if I'm flying public park areas or public areas, then yeah, I can understand the reasoning for not taking it out of line of sight. But if I'm on a huge property of my own or friends, and he's got a huge farm, or you know, a lot of country land, why not? I mean, there should be no restrictions based on your own property. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, guys, should you fly this behind buildings? I would say no. Take your chances. That's up to you guys. All right, man. This is Drone Worship, and I'm out. Toodaloo.
Give yourself to the dark side.